Welcome to the Darkmoon Fair. This week is the Darkmoon Fair. As we can see on the calendar, started Sunday, goes through Saturday, happens every 4 weeks. To get to the Darkmoon Fair, you need to make your way to Mulgore and Elwyn Forest. Now, you can just go straight there, or you can also find these wonderful Darkmoon Fair Mystic Mages in Stormwind, Orgrimmar, or Dalaran. Here's the one in Orgrimmar, right next to the flight master and trainer. So you talk to them and say, take me to the fair staging area. Okay. Now, why are we going to the fair? Well, it's a fair. It's lots of fun, right? So the primary reason that I use the fair is for professions. The professions, all of the major professions, as well as the secondary professions, the gathering professions, everything like that, have quests here at Darkmoon Fair. And that's what we're going to take a look at today. Now, this is my Shadow Priest. He is an alchemist and an herbalist and also a cook. And I'm working on fishing with him as well, so we're going to take a look at those types of quests. So, when you get to the fair, as an alchemist, we're going to go ahead and search out and find Selenia. Okay. We're going to find Selenia. Selenia should be right here. Okay. A fizzy fusion. Now, use the cocktail shaker to combine Moonberry Juice and Fizzy Fair Drink to create 5 servings of Moonberry Fizz. Well, when you're coming to the fair, I recommend that you go ahead and pick up Moonberry Juice in Orgrimmar or Thunderbluff or Stormwind and bring it with you. You can get it from any of the innkeepers in any of those places. Okay, and Selenia also sells the Fizzy Fair Drink, which is the other half of what you need for this quest. So, what she wants is the shaker to be used to make Moonberry Fizzes. And it's that simple. Now, why do we care about the quests to do your profession stuff? Because, if you didn't notice, the rewards for this quest include Dragon Isle Alchemy Knowledge and Artisan's Metal, and Dragon Isle Alchemy Skill. Okay, so that makes it very important. Complete. Not worried about that so much, but now if I go to my specializations, boom, and of course I gained more alchemy. All right, so what we're going to do is kind of show what you need to bring with you for each of the professions, and we're going to be looking at what each of these quests looks like. Okay, so for herbalism, we're going to come behind the big tent off the left of the main path as you're heading into the fair, and we're going to talk to Kronos here, who's going to ask us to gather 6 dark blossoms from around the Darkmoon Fairgrounds. All right, as soon as you pick up the quest, you can, of course, see dark blossoms on your map now. It's just a normal herbalism gather quest from that point on, okay? And with that, we've gathered our 6. We head back over to Kronos, and we turn them in for, again, herbalism skill and specialization points. And just like that, we're done with herbalism. For fishing, we're going to talk to Stamp Thunderhorn. And if you look over there, here's Kronos. There's the main path right behind me. All right, so we've got his little tent right here. And we're going to go ahead and talk to him for fishing. And also, if you're interested, This is going to be cooking. We'll do that in a minute, though. So for the fishing quest, we need to collect 5 great sea herrings. And to do that, we're not going to leave the fair. We do need to have our fishing pole and have some fishing skill. And to get any of these quests, we have to have fishing. We have to have the proper skill, right? But we're going to come over to the sea, and you see where we're looking on the ocean. We're going to come down here, and we're going to fish. It's that simple. And just like that, we've got our 5 great sea herring. We're going to go back over, turn them in. This one doesn't give specialization because there is no specialization for fishing, but it will give fishing skill points. And complete for our 3 fishing skill points and the normal other stuff that we're seeing in quests. Now let's take a look at the cooking from Stamped Thunderhorn as well. Prepare 5 crunchy frogs by breading your plump frogs with simple flour. Okay, so this is one where you need to bring some simple flour with you. Once we've breaded them, we can toss them in the pot. And we have completed the cooking quest. As long as you bring the 5 simple flour with you, cooking is easy. And that's one of the main things that I wanted to iterate in this video is if you have the right materials when you come to the fair, then everything else becomes pretty easy afterwards. Okay, for tailoring, right as you come in the fair, you will find Selena Dorman that's asking you to make a banner. Bring coarse thread, red dye, and blue dye with you, and making a banner becomes very easy. And then you just have to place the banner in the loose stones, and you've completed your tailoring. For enchanting, we're going to come past the big top and hang a left at this little pathway right here, which is going to bring us to Sage. So, again, this is just a quick gather quest. It's a little bit more difficult than some of the other gathering quests because it doesn't show up on the map. But you'll find discarded weapons throughout the fairgrounds that you can disenchant. I guess you just need to right click it, not use the actual disenchant button. Once you've gathered all of your weapons, right click to disenchant, turning them into soothsayer dust, and then return to Sage for your enchanting skill points and specialization points. For skinning, we're going to come back and talk to Kronos again. He's left several of these staked skins around the fairgrounds that you're just going to run around and use your skinning skill on. Once you have 4 of them, You're going to return to Kronos to turn in for the same skills and specialization points as all of the rest. For blacksmithing, you're going to come all the way to the end of the path, and on the left, you're going to meet with this little gnome, Yeb Nebelgear. He's going to ask you to create a horseshoe for, 4 horseshoes, which requires an anvil. That's what I thought. And so, come back up the path, and you're going to find a forge and an anvil on the opposite side, just past the big tent. Here's our anvil. Make our 4 horseshoes. And then we're going to make our way back down and shoe his horse. And complete. For mining, we're going to come and talk to our man Renling, who's going to ask us to rearm, reuse, and recycle. Which means, again, we are on a gather quest, looking for those small ingots, tonk scraps. And turn it in. For jewel crafting, you're going to find yourself back at Kronos again, who's going to want us to find bits of glass around the grounds in the Darkmoon Fair and craft it into 5 sparkling gemstones. And so the sparkling bits of glass, just like the tonk scraps, do not show up on the map. However, they are glowing. And once you have your 5, convert the bits of glass into gemstones, return to Kronos, and get your skill points. For engineering, we're going to find ourselves back with Renling. He's going to ask us to also look into tonks for this. We're going to repair 5 damaged steam tonks around the grounds. They look like these little guys. When you walk up to them, you get an extra action button. And once you've found and repaired your 5, come back and speak to Renling again, and get your reward. For Inscription, we're going to come talk to Sage again. He's going to ask us to use the bundle of exotic herbs to make prophetic ink, and then combine the ink with light parchment to create Sage's fortunes. Now, I recommend that you bring light parchment with you, which you can purchase from an Inscription merchant in Thunder Bluff or any of the other major cities. Create 5 fortunes and turn them back in. And for leatherworking, we're going to come back and talk to Renling once again. He wants us to make some new prizes for his fair, which is why we've got 10 shiny baubles, 5 blue dye, and 5 coarse thread, which you can pick up from the tailoring merchants and fishing merchants, respectively, in Thunder Bluff or any other major city. Once you've completed his prize for him, return them to him, and receive your reward. You might be saying that I missed one, that I didn't do archaeology, but that was actually intentional. I don't have archaeology on any of my characters. However, it does not require anything to bring with you, as far as I know. Potentially something could be used for it, but I'm honestly not sure on that one. That's one that you'd have to look into a guide on Wowhead or Icy Veins for, something along those lines. So the general idea, though, is for the professions where you need to bring something with you, the quests are very, very, very easy as long as you bring what you need with you beforehand. Okay? If you fail to do that, then you're going to have to come in and then leave the fair. And that just makes everything take significantly longer. But this is a good source of skill points for Dragon Isle professions, as well as specialization points for Dragon Isle professions, that is guaranteed every 4 weeks. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope that you found this informative and maybe a little bit fun. If you have any questions, please hit me up in the comments down below, and check out my stream Monday through Friday, 10 to 3 on Monday, 9 to 3 Central Time all week for the rest of the week. Thanks, guys.